Hello and welcome to the Warhammer Meta Chasers. This is your weekly live tournament rundown show for Warhammer 40,000, the biggest and best tournaments happening all over the world. My name is Paul Murphy. I'm joined by Dustin Henshaw
Hello, everyone.
and Adam Camilleri.
Oh, g'day.
Welcome in, everybody. Look, this is a holiday here in the U.S. If you got some time to chill, I hope you did. Happy Thanksgiving to those that are celebrating and are maybe coming hanging out with us. I'm thankful for y'all hanging out and talking about Warhammer, and of course, Dustin and Adam, thankful for y'all as well.
Always happy to be here. KR Quinn's already in a food coma because of Thanksgiving. I'm surprised you're not, Paul. Like, you're usually the really foodie among us, right? So,
Look, I do like to eat, but we had a little bit later lunch that I would have, and it's carried me through.
Okay.
It's carried me through all the way to this broadcast,
Nice.
and so
Nice.
I powered through that. Watching some stuff on TV, taking a chill day.
I am grateful for a relatively good meta, despite Ultramarines. Just having like the best unit in the game, essentially. But apart from that, things are good.
Oh my goodness! I'm sure we're going to talk about that at some point. But yeah, folks are running 18 of those Vitru's Guard, man, not feeling sad about it at all.
They do it all. It is, yeah. They are the
nice.
one pot shot. Everything's good. Like there's you can't point at any part of that data sheet or rule set where you're like, this is where they're weak.
I didn't know they didn't have an invuln.
Well, they got 4 wounds. Who cares?
They got a 2-up save with AOC access.
Runners at them, and my opponent's like, "All right, I'm on 5s." I'm like, "What? You mean it was I needed to fire another Rich Runner at the first? I didn't realize that.
Essentially, they have a 5-up invuln because you have if you have a 2-up save, like who's shooting mass AP 4 ignores cover to take you to a 6, right? There's not many instances of that in the game.
Just the fire dragons.
Yeah, well, there's like 2 of you, so whatever.
It's actually the same one.
This is the same one, yeah.
But as you can imagine, maybe a bit of a slow tournament week here in the U.S., but we do have 2 great events to bring you here. This is Leipzig Major Teams Tournament, and then the GT Catalunya, number 4. So,
number 4. And if I remember correctly, I think we have covered all 4 of these events over in Catalunya, so pretty lovely.
Nailed it.
Love that. First event we're going to be covering is out of Germany. This is a Leipzig Major in Leipzig. There in Germany, 160 players in 33 teams of 5, competing over 5 rounds. What are we going to see there?
In the Imperial Pursuit for Action, there are 7 Sisters of Battle, 3 Custodes, 5 Admech, 8 Astra Militarum, 5 Grey Knights, and 5 Imperial Knights, Space Marines, 8 Adeptus Astartes, 3 Dark Angels, 2 Space Wolves, 2 Blood Angels, and 5 Black Templar. Chaos, there's 9 Chaos Space Marines, 3 T-Suns, 6 Death Guard, 8 World Leaders, 7 Emperor's Children, 5 Demons, and 11 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 13 Necrons, 4 Orcs, 6 Tau, 3 Votann. Hive Mind, there's 12 Tyranids and 3 Genestealer Cult. Then Eldari, there's 9 Drukhari and 9 Eldari. I mean, the faction podium is, of course, technically total Astartes at 21 because it is a teams event. Can't take it more than once anyway, so that is pretty legit. The Necrons behind that, a 13. Tyranids, one behind them with 12, and then Chaos Knights are behind them with 11. That's actually a pretty cool podium. I like that podium.
It is. And with the strength and depth of Adeptus Astartes right now, I'm very happy to see them. They're sitting at that 2/3 taken, 2/3 of teams, 33, 21 taken out of 33, pretty much that almost perfectly that 2/3. Whereas, with the depth and breadth of the super faction at the moment, I would not be surprised to have to see closer to 3/4, 4/5 of teams taking them. So pretty happy to see they're not like at that level of overtaking everybody else, but really good numbers for Tyranids in particular. Chaos Knights sitting strong as one of the best. There's only got a couple of bad matchups in there, so as soon as you put it into teams environment, you can dodge your 1 or 2 bad matchups. They're freaking superstars. Probably the best shooting platform, most versatile shooting platform in the game. The double Gatling Despoiler, still holding strong and holding serve, and then Necrons. You never feel stupid taking Necrons in teams.
Oh, no. I mean, they can hold down. They can get you at least 18 points in every round if you pair them up correctly. It's
stable with upside is the words I say for Necrons in teams. They're just like, we're not going to get dominated, and we might get a good win, just depending on how well the pairings go and how well things go, how much I reanimate, or
we're just good at rolling 6s.
Yeah. Cold clock you on the race. Silent King might pop off. There's a lot of different ways they can turn some things that look very stable one way into a decent sized win on the other, coming back. Lovely to see good numbers for Chaos Space Marines. And Chaos Space Marines being more than Death Guard World Eaters or Emperor's Children is pretty surprising. It's been a while since the CSM have had more than either. Usually it's been World Eaters or Death Guard have had, over and above the most taken of the Chaos super factions. In this case, we have Chaos Knights being the most taken, but then, of the Heretic Astartes variants, the vanilla CSM being taken more than the others is quite nice to see.
Do you remember offhand which the main one is? It Renegade Raiders, or is there another one that's kind of come out of the
Don't give me work while we're live. Now I'm going to do it.
All
Fine.
All cultists.
All cultists all the time. I just figured,
do
you were doing it because you're already looking at everything in each individual list, each individual detachment. Clearly,
definitely.
You have the time to do that, right? That's what.
Definitely. Yeah, of course.
I am surprised by the 3 Genestealer cults, just for the sheer volume of folks here. If 160 players, we've only been seeing 1 or 2 Genestealer cults. What's the third? And then why Tyranids? Tyranids real solid into,
So is it safe to say, Dustin, that most players who play GSC play NIDS as well?
I would say so. Yeah, because I think when you got Genestealer cult, they were originally part of Tyranids, right? So I think it was unless you're a newer player that picked up Genestealer cult after they were released in what, 7th, 8th, 7th?
Yep, 7th
Yeah.
and 7th.
So unless you were somebody that picked them up then and didn't play beforehand or after that point, you probably had Tyranids beforehand because you allied them in or make some kind of some kind of mixtape. I was going to say, and you know what? I like that. We're going to stick with the mixtape. That's those combo lists. I think that's actually a really good point, though, because right now Tyranids I think are better in teams overall.
That was my next question. In your professional opinion, why would somebody who plays both take NIDS over GNC right now?
It is the more stable with upside pick.
Perfect.
GSC is very, very strong in teams. Do not get me wrong, and I will attest to that because I obviously play them. But Tyranids is a safer pick.
I was going to say, if you have an expert who is an expert on both NIDS and GSC, and you got cherry ripe pairings, like your pairings head, whoever's doing that for your team is freaking good. I think GSC is better, has a bigger upside than NIDS.
100%.
But
100%.
If the floor is a lot rougher, like if you don't get the good pairings,
GSC gets punished way harder than NIDS does.
Exactly right.
But it has much higher upside.
There's no Norn on an expansion objective that's just going to laugh at your opponent as they throw the absolute everything in the kitchen sink at them and just be like, high rolled, 20 points on. I just got 20 points on primary for that guy. Sat there all game. Wow. And every time you shoot him and he doesn't die, I'm getting further ahead. Sounds good. Yeah, there's nothing like that for GSC. Sorry. I did just look at the CSM lists. Pact Bound seems to be the most taken of the lot. We do have a couple of veterans. We do have a couple of Christians of Bile. So we've got 1 veterans and 1 Soulforged, but it definitely looks like Pact Bound is the number 1.
Yeah. Not too surprising. I still like Renegade Raiders, but Pact Bound I've seen a lot of.
Yeah. See, I just look at Renegade Raiders and I'm like, it kind of has it all, but then it doesn't get taken that much. People, in different metas go for veteran or pact bound, or if they want to skew into the melee, or if they just want to skew into the vehicles. It feels like that CSM doesn't quite do the all comers in teams.
Pact bound is just, it's really hard to give up lethals and sustain on 5s, right? Like it's
true.
How do you pass that up?
Is that what we're talking about with upside though? Is that like Renegade Raiders might be more consistent?
Right? But we're talking about teams. Because that upside can change dramatically if you just spike a little bit with those, right? So exactly, and if you spike, our CSM was playing Pac-Man on the weekend and wasn't sure how we would do into Imperial Knights, and he upsided it and absolutely annihilated them because rolled enough 5s, right? So
in a large team event, I always want to look at what is the second most taken Astartes subfaction. Of course, Adeptus Astartes, the vanilla, is always going to be probably the most taken, unless there's an extreme build out there that makes one better. And for the most of the edition, it's been Blood Angels has been the second most taken. Right now, in this event, we got Black Templars, the second most taken, which is a much more well-rounded, than pretty much all the others. So of course, your Ultramarines Gladius and your Blade of Ultramar and Black Templars kind of all exist in the same space. They all kind of exist as doing the same thing in different ways. Some things a little bit better, some things a little bit worse. But then, Dark Angels plays the durability skew, as does Space Wolves, and then Blood Angels play the explosive pressure. And they're akin to a similar variant to Shadow Mark, which has less damage but is more janky. So it's interesting to see Black Templars being the second most taken. And I wonder if I went into all the Astartes lists, whether I'd see just heaps of Gladius and Blaze of Ultramar. I wonder how many of those would be Shadow Mark if I was to have a look. But anyway, we have one detachment breakdown for you, which Dustin should tell us about.
I'm going to tell you about it. Oh, I love telling you about it. That means it's going to be Tyranids, isn't it?
It is, of course.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. All right, the Tyranid detachment breakdown for this one with the 12 Tyranids in attendance. 4 subterranean assault. Actually, subterranean assault going above invasion fleet. Wow.
Above invasion. Yeah, which is why it's an interesting talking point.
Wow. Yeah. So 4 subterranean assault, 3 invasion fleets. So still like good representation, but not being outnumbered by the subterranean assault. 1 assimilation, 1 vanguard, and 1 crusher. Still not a warrior one.
Is it a terrain layout? Maybe compromise with the subterranean assault?
What's the terrain here? Is it?
It's Germany, so it's hard to say whether it's 100% either GW or WTC. My gut would say WTC, but I couldn't say that with 100% confidence.
So the reason, if you're just joining us, there are the most widely accepted terrain format is Games Workshop terrain, so, which is, we've showcased, you can see on a lot of battle reports out there. This is a slightly different terrain layout, which, seems to, when you're trying to play for those fringe cases, or where you need every advantage you could possibly get, you can alter what type of armor you would take for the various terrain layouts that are out there. So curious if subterranean assault is playing into that because of that.
Because exactly, well, that's why it's counterintuitive, because on GW, I think this makes sense, that for subterranean to be more than an invasion fleet. On WTC, I usually would expect it to be the other way. So this may be an indication that it is a Games Workshop, because WTC has so many more of those big ruins, and it means it's a lot easier for your opponent to block off the premium tunnel placements. Is that true, Dustin?
Yeah, it's also better if a lot of the subterranean assault lists are going to be very monster heavy. So on WTC, they struggle to get around walls.
That's what I mean, because you block out the premium placement, and then they're behind a wall, and you're like,
oh, sorry, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
but it's going to take me 2 turns to get them relevant.
They can also, I thought you were saying, it's also really easy to block out those tunnels safely, as in like be behind walls and not be targeted by some of the good shooting effects. So
correct. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So to Paul's point, this might be a terrain meta pick, because I think on WTC, I would be telling my players personally, I would much rather see anything but subterranean. For consistency, most likely invasion fleet. But I think assimilation with some good pairings can get some extremely good results.
Assimilation is extremely strong if you have the right list and the right pairings for it. It is actually very strong. Vanguard too. Vanguard is actually a differential list. It is.
So yeah, Vanguard, like especially when there's a lot more Dracaris coming out of the woodwork now, as well as Eldari still holding serve, and there's they can be tooled to be pretty good with the new Raveners into some of the new Astartes variants as well. But it's give and take, because there's some things that Vanguard just can't fight. Oh, do you have a 2+ save and armor contempt? Well, just on you can just deploy on the line and walk at me. I can't do anything. Yeah. Oh boy, I wish my army had grenades.
Don't put that. Don't put that out there.
I put that on you. About that. Yeah. Whereas assimilation can fight those battles a lot better.
Yep, they can. They have a lot more tools for that. Their survivability is on par. It's better than invasion fleet. Invasion fleet has better damage output. That's what it is.
Yeah, invasion fleet has much better damage output, and the once per 5 up, feel no pain can get you through some sticky situations. But assimilation has like just better kind of consistency across the board.
Yep.
But
assimilation to a certain play style is the downside of it.
Assimilation Swarm has that issue that if your opponent just has like mass damage 3 weapons, my god, are you in trouble?
Oh yeah, that's
like my god.
But in teams,
or freaking like I think about what happens to Assimilation Swarm versus like triple Gat Despoiler.
What happens to it? What do you mean?
It goes away.
It just goes away.
It goes away.
It goes away.
Yeah, it's just like Jedi mind tricks. You have no army.
Yeah.
I have no army.
Yeah. I wish the Tyrant Guard still had a 2-up save, but
oh my god, yeah. Another toughness as well would be totally fair. All right, time to pick some winners, boys. Seeing as you're having Turkey Day, Paul, you can have the 5 and the 6.
All right, thank you.
What do we got? We've got a WTC dice. Dustin, you want 1 and 2 or 3 and 4?
I'll take 1 and 2 this time. Change it up.
It's a 4. Me.
Just picks up random number. That's definitely what it rolls.
I have 12 dice here,
That's
two of each number, and I just got to pick up the one.
Yeah.
They're all all right. So what am I going with here? I'm just going to go Astartes.
Yeah. Boring.
You'd be silly. Hey, you haven't seen the points for this week. Adam needs a slam dunk here.
I've seen the points.
Paul, you're up next.
Oh my goodness, this is tough. This is real tough. I mean, with even spread here, we know that the types of play that seems to be favored in Europe. I'm gonna go Emperor's Children.
Whoa.
EC, not bad.
Ooh.
And so this is Germany. The one we didn't talk about was Votan, whose numbers are quite down at this event, but a certain someone might be here. I actually have not looked. I haven't control left him. Let's have a look. Do I even want to tell you if he is?
I mean, I can just look myself too.
He's not.
I think you're lying to me. I feel like I should check myself. No. They're enforced. I have to do it. It's Tiernan's.
Good call, mate. I was going to say, none of us picked Chaos Knights. I think was pretty interesting.
I feel like in singles, they can actually get podium, and teams. I feel like people have answered them now. I feel like people know how to deal with them. Like they're ready to put. They have 2 lists. They're like, all right, where are the Chaos Knights? Here we go.
Yeah. You'd want to hope at this level, at this stage of the game.
At this stage, I feel like that's the case. That's what I'm banking.
And plus, everybody should have like all the reps they need to know what their scores are versus Chaos
exactly.
Knights.
And it shouldn't be 20 O's anymore. It just shouldn't. At the very least, you should have blunters for them.
I can't. I'm just waiting for people to switch onto Hound Pack. Just waiting for it to happen. I can see it around the corner. As a Chaos Knight player myself, I'm like, dude, Hound Pack is so ripe at the moment. But that double gut to spoiler is a crutch that's very hard.
Yeah, it's really hard to get away from that. Because the second you don't take it, you're going to be like, I needed it in 3 rounds.
Yeah, where was it?
If I had 3 that got the spoilers here, man, I would have been a different game.
How much is it? 100? Is it 118?
If your list is completely different. Yeah, it would have been
107. Yeah, 117. No. Yeah, 118 shots with lethal or sus. One of them having a nose cover at 622.
Next event we're going to be talking about is the GT Catalunya. This is from Terrassa, Spain, with 168 players, 28 teams of 6. They've been having just, I mean, we know that Spain's a great place for 40K, and they've been just having just big tournaments after big tournaments after big tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Such a cool scene. And Spain, the country scores tied with the U.S. for the World Championships for overall scores. So, again, more highlighting just the quality of play and players in that area. And one kill team, world current reigning country for world championships for Warhammer.
Not only that, right? Didn't they multiple podium? Like there was 2 Spanish players in the.
I think you're exactly right. But
absolutely destroyed it.
Just a lot of great play in that area. About 168 players, 28 teams of 6 competing over 5 rounds. Dustin, what are we going to see?
In the Imperial Super Faction, there are 6 Sisters of Battle, 7 Custodes, 10 Admech, 11 Astra Militarum, 7 Grey Knights, and 3 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, 8 Adeptus Astartes, 3 Dark Angels, 3 Space Wolves, 5 Blood Angels, 2 Black Templar, and a Death Watch. Chaos, there's 1 Chaos Space Marine, 2 T-Suns, 11 Death Guard, 10 World Leaders, 9 Emperor's Children, 7 Demons, and 7 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 8 Necrons, 7 Orcs, 9 Tau, 4 Votan. Highbind, there's 5 Tyranids and 2 Genies to their cult. And then Eldari, there's 6 Drukhari, and then 13 freaking Eldari. Meaning the faction podium is once again technically total Astartes at 22. So only 6 teams in attendance did not bring a Space Marine of any kind. Then Eldari really tops it off with 13. Death Guard and Astra Militarum tied in second with 11. And then World Leaders at Admech in third with 10. This is interesting. Death Guard back on the podium now. Admech obviously being up here. Eldari being up here is no real surprise at all. Astra Militarum is back though.
Correct. Astra Militarum is back, and that is very interesting to see because in my mind, Astra Militarum is being outclassed in several ways by other variants. Like you could say, Ultramarines are now very much outclassing guard, especially if you look at your Vindicator, Ballistas, Storm Speeder package as your Lehman Russ Rogel Dawns, and then wow, please don't do what I did and sit down and compare a Victory's Guard to a Bulgrin. Your heart will break into many pieces because
Shattered.
very similar in what they do on the table and what they're able to do in teams, especially. But if you wanted a second, if you're already taking Ultramarines and you're like, what if we just took Guard and like Blade of Ultramar? Is that just going to absolutely annihilate? And the answer is probably yes, which could be what people are doing here. Spain has had the ideology and the geographical nuance of being the kind of leaders. I mean, not necessarily having. I'm not going to sit here and say they've got the best Death Guard players in the world, but it's been like the hotbed of the Death Guard meta, where even before like they got all their buffs and their codex, there was GT winners playing with Death Guard Index from Spain. So very much, if anywhere in the world, I'm least surprised to see the Death Guard on the podium here. Then AdMech, 10 AdMech players, ferocious stuff. Best army in the game.
Very strong.
Best
Did
army
get a
in the
question in the chat here about how many for the Drukhari, how many Spectacle of Spite detachments are there, and feel like that's going to do well in teams is the sentiment.
Which event were they talking about?
Was that?
I'm assuming
there was 9. There was 9 at Leipzig, so I'll have a look there while you guys continue to pontificate.
Yeah. Sure. Wolver's on the podium here too. At the time with AdMech, they're still one of those aggressive pairing lists. I don't know if we're seeing as many of the Raven Guard anymore, though. I felt they've kind of fallen off in teams, I think.
Well, they kind of have been thwarted even in singles too.
Yeah, that's true.
Has prepared for them because that was the big threat, and that's one of those almost like seemed to like instantly out meta itself. I'm not saying it's not strong. It's just like players were prepared for them, and there are lots of things out there that can deal with marine bodies. I mean, non-invulnerable. Doesn't matter how fast you are. If you're on the table, you can be picked up. Marine bodies.
So I have always been like of the opinion that Shadowmark Talon is a list that can beat any other army by 1 point.
Yep.
That when you see how deep Space Marines are, that ideology does not hold water in teams. I would much rather my players in teams, my Astartes player, have a bunch of games where they'll get absolutely dominated, but a bunch of games that they'll absolutely dominate. Sitting in that, like I can win any game by 1 point, doesn't do much for a team because that's a draw in teams. If you got a 1 point, differential in your overall scores, doesn't offer you enough in teams. And so, if in my mind, it's a singles list with incredible depth and upside and skill expression, but the wheels come off, man. The wheels come off. On WTC tables, I don't love Shadowmark Talon as well anywhere near as much as UKTC. The Centurions, they don't have the lines of fire.
Oh, right.
Because you're not deep striking them like you were in the Ultramarines variant, where they could just deep strike into the firing lane. They have to come on their 6 inches. And there's so few firing lanes where that's a relevant position, and so much easier for your opponent to block out the best ones on the table. And so my versions that I've written for teams events have been Inceptor centric, have been like 18 Plasma Inceptors instead of the Centurions. Because I have a 6-inch deep strike, put him in the firing lane, get the job done. Because just like setting up a table and just being like looking at it conceptually, because I did this, like if the Centurions come on here, can they pressure this expansion? I'm like, wow, they walk on and they don't shoot onto any objectives. If my opponent's like uses their brain, I'm like, okay, yeah, I suppose that's a bit rough. And putting too much control of your opponent, like you have like debatably the most deadly ranged unit in the game in the 6 Devastator Centurions with so many buffs, but then you can't apply that damage well on WTC tables. So
for the Centurions in general, it's like I'm always been kind of like, I frown a little bit, to myself, like, oh, you can't put characters with them, but we've proven time and time again they just need like any kind of little buff, just any kind of little buff, and they seem to spike the charts. It's So a lot of you got to look back and like, well, okay, maybe that was some good design to not let a bunch of characters run wild with them, so you can still have a cool unit.
I did just have to look at the Leipzig Drukaris, mostly Reaper's Wager. So of the 9, so there was 5 Reaper's Wager, 3 Spectacle of Spite, and 1 is the Covenant. 1 is the Homunculus Covenants one. So someone's just trying to take a durability skew there. But yeah, mostly Reaper's Wager. So for now. And it might just be because people have got hobby lag getting together the Hellions they need for that list, getting together the,
Oh.
probably 20 more witches than they've ever needed
Hey,
before
I
to
argue
run
you
the
still
40
use
to
Hellions
50.
at Ripper's Wager. Come on.
Yeah, but you don't need the 20 that I'm
Sure.
seeing, like 10-5-5 or 10-5. Would not be surprised if people have like 10 in their collection total. And I'm not and or the Reavers, because it's a unit that it's an army that can run like 2x6 Reavers as well, which is not too bad, or a 6 and a 3. So there's a little bit, I wouldn't be surprised, a little bit of hobby lag. Plus, who's got like 3 succubuses? Like, yeah, that model, like, unless you played Heyday like in the start of 9th edition, there was kind of like,
I mean, that's like
one
most
was enough.
Chikari players, though.
It's true. Most of these bandwagoners jumped on when the getting was good.
No, I think there's been a lot of like folks that are just really into that faction, and they probably got a lot of Archons and Succubuses for any occasions,
Well, they got so many different models over the years.
Yeah, that's also
Archons
the thing,
especially
right?
now.
Yeah, what are we on to our 4th or 5th Archon?
If you don't
when they
include all
came
the
out
other
in
models that could be Archons.
the alternative models, yeah. Like what 3rd edition, we got Drakari. Drakari came into
Yeah.
the thing in game in 3rd
Yeah.
edition.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we've had like an Archon every other edition since they came out. Yeah, it's not bad
Nice.
actually. Yeah. Only Marnie's Calgas had more.
In this edition alone.
Anyway, we got 2 detachment breakdowns for your viewing pleasure. First up, Admech. And this is mostly just seeing the battle between Halo Screed and Skitarii Hunter.
Okay.
Do you like it? You like my binary code there?
Yeah, that's a good joke. It's a good joke. Translate
it. says, please nerf this army, but not too much. Not too much. Little nerf.
That's what it says?
That's exactly what
Absolutely
it says.
what it says.
Little
It's definitely
nerf,
only that
nerf.
many ones and zeros to say that full sentence. Absolutely.
Yeah, correct. 100%. I know it keeps going. It's like pi.
Oh,
yeah.
I could only fit that much in there, mate.
enough.
But of the 10 in attendance, we have 7 playing Halo Screed Battleclade and 3 playing Skitarii Hunter cohort, which goes against what my brain thinks. My brain thinks Skitarii Hunter is a little better right now than Halo Screed. It's not as wide. It's not a very wide gap between the two. And it pretty much, one of them pushes melee pressure. One of them pushes much more of a ranged threat, usually using a breach brick. Both of them are taking like Ballistari out the wazoo, and probably got infiltrators and stuff and Ruststalkers. But Skitarii Hunter cohort plays more like a Blood Angels list or a World Eaters list than it does a well-rounded like Admech list, which plays somewhere between Marines and Guard. Or more like actually maybe between Guard and Votan is kind of how the Halo Screed kind of plays. Whereas the Halo Screed kind of pushes more of a ranged damage pressure between the big breacher brick or destroyers if you really wanted to spice it up but be a little less durable, and a bunch of chicken walkers sitting at the backboard. But I was interested because this of the 10, I would have thought this would be flipped in my mind, especially seeing as Richard Siegler just won the world champs with Skitarii Hunter.
It's a model. It is a model requirement. I mean, as far as if you're going to lean into one or the other, and that's a difficult thing sometimes with Admech, just because they're so plentiful on the table.
Yeah, well, if you wanted to replicate Richard's list, which had 30 infiltrators, and I couldn't remember if it had 20 or 30 Ruststalkers, but that's a lot. Like 40 of those models, even if it was 10, that is a lot more than many people probably have. And then
they do paint up fairly quickly, though.
Yeah, correct. You can just rattle can silver, wash, then just do the cloth colors and like paint some lenses, and you're done. If you want, like you're right. It is fairly quick, but it is also a pretty expensive army dollars wise to just walk out and buy. Maybe 30, maybe 25 of those models is what you need to make that list go. So that doesn't surprise me. That actually is a great call. So, but yeah, this flips it in my mind. I would have bet Skitarii Hunter would have had more than Halo Screed, but there we are. And then we have another one. We have another detachment breakdown. Because Astra Militarum was on the podium. So I wanted to have a little look here. Paul, would you like to read this one out?
Yes, I would. Coming back. Hang on. 5 combined arms, 4 Hammer the Emperor, and 2 Bridgehead Strike Force.
Bridgehead?
Yeah.
Yes. It's raining men. Hallelujah. 2 of them as well. I would like one. Sure, you can just have one player who just loves their scions and
that's the think tank. They came up to this together. Yeah.
Well, that's right. I actually, the only thing I was going to do here is because I think they were some of the last of the lists. I was going to go see if they're the same list, because if they're the same list, absolutely these guys are buddies and they think they're onto some hotness. But I was gonna point out to some people that if you want to just absolutely, probably, maybe we'll see, kill a bunch of victory scarred, 15 Scions probably does a pretty good job, especially if they're on an objective.
They kill a bunch, so here's only the best. Each time an Astra Militarum infantry model from your army makes a range attack, reroll a hit roll of 1, and then the Fire Zone Purge. Each time a Militarum Tempestus model from your army makes a range attack in a turn in which it's set up on the battlefield from reserves or it disembarked from a transport, add 1 to the hit roll.
Yeah, so they come down, hit on 2s, usually re-rolling, rapid fire, all that good stuff, and then they rip it off with just plasma and melter for days. Just having a quick look at the lists, and so far they're exactly the same. They start off with Gaunt's Ghosts, then Ursula Creed, then 3 command squads, Cadians, and then how many Scions we got? We've got 30, 1, 2, 3 by 10, and then 2 by 5? Yep, 2 by 5, and then artillery teams with the heavy mortars, 3 heavy artillery teams, and then a couple units of Min Ogrins, some Rattlings, some Aquilons, and some Rough Riders. Interesting list.
They're both them the same. I did suspect that.
There's about 200 points difference. There's not much. It's virtually the same list. So very interesting. But then Hammer of the Emperors here as well. And this is what I was getting at when we were talking about lists that you would like to tandem with what's best about Astartes at the moment. If you were taking Gilliman's New Hotness, which is in fact Calgar, in Blade of Ultima or Gladius, and you wanted a tandem to that, Hammer of the Emperor is a pretty good option. Dawn's going through walls, a lot of consistency, a lot of extra durability, pop and smoke, doing all those other bits and pieces, then having enormous reach on a couple of OC bombs. I mean, I call it OC bombs because you can just, move a Taurox, go nuts, get an extra movement, and go chuck 20 OC in your opponent's expansion a couple of times per game. You could really push a differential doing things like that.
I mean, that going through walls and stuff, it sounds like just so basic, but it's a game changer.
Oh, dude.
There's so many times where you don't get to fire your cool thing, whatever that is. At least one turn of the game in most games, especially if your opponent is playing to make it to where you can't, then you fire it even fewer times.
And one of the reasons Hammer's always stayed an option for guard at teams is because it just gets to play on more tables. Like if you take a very highly stacked, mechanized army, and you want to take a second, one of those needs to have needs to be able to negotiate more tables than the other. So you can prioritize one, and then the other one needs to care a lot less. Because if you're going to take 2 and one of them cops a heavy, one of them cops a light, well, you might as well take none because one's going to win big, one's going to lose big, and bang, neutralize each other. You wasted your time. So having one of them that can operate on more tables, to me, makes Hammer a lot more flexible.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
In my opinion, it probably means that Combined Arms is playing with maybe a Blood Angels, in their lineup, or maybe something else entirely. But Combined Arms still very good. But Bridgehead, watch the Bridgehead. I'm interested to see how it does because I think it's been quietly very good for a while.
Well, it's the things that are out there that what are they killing? They are killing Emperor's Children, World Eaters. Anything in power. Basically anything in power armor. It's going to get the opportunity to go into.
And look, they still don't have an awful game versus Eldari and stuff like that. But you just need to do some different things because dropping a 15-man unit of Tempest of Science to kill 5 Warp Spiders, not a good time.
I was going to say that they do trade somewhat equally, but I think the Eldari get the advantage in that.
Well, it's funny enough because what I would do in that matchup is because you got a couple of 5-man Tempest of Scions, I would leave the 10-mans by themselves and attach the command squads to the 5s. And so you just distribute the power a little more evenly. Instead of having
attach. Just
exactly right.
Just full on, try to fight MSU to MSU.
Yeah, that's not bad either. Because the command squad by itself can probably smoke 5 Aspect Warriors. But anyway,
if you can isolate them to just the Phoenix Lords on your first drop, then probably do it okay. Maybe
absolutely. All right, I picked first. I'm picking last. That means Dustin is first up for this one. What do you want, brother?
Oh, geez. Where are we?
We are in Spain.
Spain.
Death Guard is a good pick here.
Yeah.
Let me check one thing.
Oh.
Nope. The Thousand Suns guy I was looking for is not here So, because in a lot of metrics, the best 1,000 tons player in the world is a Spanish gentleman. I was just checking that he was here. Similar to that I checked that the Votang guy, Tim was in the previous one.
Which I still don't believe that you told me the truth on that. So I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't pick it, so
won't know until the after show. So this way, you
didn't
guys tune in to the to part the Patreon part 2. Yeah.
I'll go AdMech.
AdMech, not a bad pick. Paul, what would you like?
Oh, I gotta go Eldari. I think that's
good numbers.
Yeah.
I'll back.
Real strong.
I will back the geographical nuance and pick the Death Guard.
I was kidding a little bit about there, but I did want to mention our Patreon. We do an after show where we look back at these events and talk about the winners, the top 10s. We dissect some lists sometimes. We check on our predictions to see how close we came, or sometimes how far. Like, it's one of the ways we keep our pulse on the meta.
Well, we strive for excellence. Iron sharpens iron, and we do absolutely pay each other out for our terrible performances. Very, very, very few accolades for winning. It's more like all of us want to be not the last. Yeah.
It really is like it's we've been talking about the players maybe even more than the list than we have in the earlier part of this season. I should say season because the ITC season just started, and so it's anybody's game again. But in the earlier this year, because there were some outliers with list, and now we're in a really great balance part here. So great play is being extremely rewarded out there with some top spots, top finishing spots. It's cool to see.
Ben is in a great spot
with
right now. Has been for a while, and I'm hoping it stays that way too.
Yep.
Even with these Victrix Guard showing up everywhere, we'll solve it.
Look, of the problems we've had in this edition so far, they're far from the worst.
Oh yeah,
they're far from the biggest issue that we've had.
Yeah.
As much as they are the best unit in the game, it's we had the Wraith Knights, boys. At the start of the edition, we had the Wraith Knights, 10 units of 10 Custody Guard, literally one stick of dynamite to rule them all. This doesn't hold a candle. And by that, I mean demo charges. This doesn't hold a candle to that stuff. So there's no skies falling.
All right. This is the part of the show. Oh, by the way, if you made it this far, please do not forget to subscribe. Hit those buttons. That is one of the ways to tell the aggregators that we are here and we want to hang out with y'all. As I mentioned earlier, the first part of the show, we do this live each and every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Come join us. We got some great folks here in the chat. Hang out with us. Let us know if you're playing in these events. We got some questions here about detachments and things like that. Happy to answer those best we can, and also hear everybody's comments about what they think is going on out there in the world and the strength of some of these factions in the fields that they're in. So it's fun. It's a great group. Come and hang out with us. But please don't forget to maybe leave a comment down below. Let us know if you're rooting for a faction here. Maybe if you're starting your run, or what's your first event that you are hitting to get some ITC points this year. I want to know about it. And now we're going to get a part of the show where sometimes it gets a little silly. This is the show. It's palate cleansers. We ease our way into the weekend. We just talked about a bunch of the crunchy numbers and who's going to win and factions and rolling sixes with Necrons. But now we get to a segment that has sometimes very little to do with Warhammer. We call it the Fuego Rapido, where we give ourselves a topic and then we opine on that topic. And now we're talking about crowning the best video game of all time, as determined by us, so infallible in this regard because it is our opinions. And I think we've already made it. We're trying to create the top bracket out of the
different genres now.
Yeah, the different genres in there.
We did the puzzle games and puzzle games mixed with something else, but Portal 2 won.
Yeah,
no, Portal 2 was the winner, so it was no real surprise there. Oh, there was sports and something. I think it was.
Yeah. So Portal 2 progressing onto the championship bracket.
Yep.
Yes. Portal 2 is the first into the championship bracket, and now we're going to do one that's a little bit harder, I think, and that is the fighting genre. So,
okay. So if you're just joining us, we're going to have these games compete against each other. We're the arbiters of that competition in a bracket system, and round one has been seeded. Is that correct?
They have been seeded.
And then we go into round two, work our way down.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's find out. The first matchup is Street Fighter 2 versus Dead or Alive 4.
It's Street Fighter. Street Fighter.
It's got to be Street Fighter, right?
It's Street Fighter. I put a lot of dollars into Street Fighter.
Yeah, same.
Number 2.
But Street Fighter 2, you know.
Yeah,
Street Fighter 2, because there are multiple Street Fighters in this. Just I think there's only 2.
Of course, there is.
Multiple.
Street Fighter 2 was one of the first ones that I encountered that had just all the cool characters that you just wanted to learn.
Yeah, that was.
Yes. Well, because Street Fighter 1 had what, 8 characters? That was it?
Well, had a character.
No, you were Ken or Ryu. Yeah.
You're only Ken if you're like second player or something.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Super Smash Bros. Versus Soul Calibur 5.
It's
Super Smash Bros.
Smash, right?
Yeah.
Round
I play that right now. Like,
I can't sit here and like tell you a character in Soul Calibur. I could probably guess and get it pretty close that there's someone with really big hair.
That's a great point, because you can look at the weapons. Like I definitely know what like the signature weapon from Soul Calibur looks like, and I know some characters from them.
I can sit down and tell you of entire afternoons and evenings of just playing Smash Bros.
Okay. Well, round one is always the easiest. Always the easiest. Always.
Smash Brothers is accessible to everyone. Like you don't like. Granted, I know you can be good and people are good. You can go and like know all the tricks and stuff, but you could just hand the controller to practically anyone and they could have a good time for a little while.
I hand it to my 2-year-old son sometimes, and he has a great time.
Yeah, just give him Kirby.
He likes Rob.
Who's Rob?
The robot?
Rob the robot.
Yeah.
And Dr. Mario. But yeah. All right. Next up, Mortal Kombat 10 or X versus Samurai Showdown.
I need Samurai Showdown.
Mortal Kombat 10 is kind of like the second best Mortal Kombat. It is kind of the second best. I can't sit here and tell you a lot about Samurai Showdown, so I'm going to vote for Mortal Kombat because that's the one I know, but I'm not going to be torn up.
Samurai Showdown was. I still think Mortal Kombat X is better, though.
I don't know. Just so many cool characters in Samurai Showdown. That's another one that just has, I think, again, you want to know more about the characters. You want to play the characters. Mortal Kombat, you know, how it seemed to be like centered around like how to get fatalities. You know.
Oh.
So, Samurai Showdown.
Yeah.
Like, I remember looking at this when it came out, and I'm like, are they just trying to restart Tekken? Is that what this game is?
Even you think the first one?
What?
It's not.
This
is the game I think it is. I've just googled.
It's not a tech. It's not a.
It's not a Tekken.
It's
more of a side. Okay, now I'm going to just search Samurai Showdown. See what you're looking at here. That is no. Wow, what the heck?
I'm looking at the newest one, the 2019 one.
I didn't even know that.
I'm thinking about I'm going by.
So am I.
Yeah. All right, cast your votes. I'm going for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mortal Kombat, I think.
Well, you know, look, we got to abide by what we've got here, but
you're putting a vote on Samurai Showdown.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's
Good. Next up, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 versus Bushido Blade. Bushido Blade is
Capcom
incredible.
2. You cannot come on. Berserker Mirage.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm not a Cyclops fan, but his special, or not even special, just
well, dude,
Optic Blast, ridiculous.
Yeah. The combos, like when you got deep into the game, the combos of like Wolverine and Magneto, or like Cyclops and Magneto, when you just keep someone in the air in perpetuity if you comboed off correctly, and that kind of stuff. And then, anyway, state your case for Bushido Blade there, Dustin.
Oh, it's Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for me. I'm just saying that Bushido Blade is an incredible game.
Okay,
out of that.
It's just going after. It's going in because it's a Titan right now. It doesn't deserve to get 3-0'd, but it's going to get 3-0'd. Next up, Street Fighter 4 versus Virtua Fighter 5.
I don't know that I played Virtua Fighter 5 specifically, but I'm familiar with it.
I'm Virtua Fighter 5. I love Virtua Fighter. The newer ones are actually so much fun.
Street Fighter 4 introduced like 3 or 4 new characters that became like standards, didn't they?
Unlike the
they do that like every Street Fighter.
Yeah, but I mean like ones that like people really is associated to.
Sure. I mean,
I'm gonna go against Street Fighter.
You're going against Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Are you going for Virtua Fighter or just against Street Fighter?
No, for Virtua Fighter.
Okay.
Yeah. I legit have not played Street Fighter 4.
It was good.
I haven't
I
played it.
They're 5 down, maybe 6. I think it's 5, but it was good. But Virtua Fighter 5 is just, I love that. What about you, Paul?
I mean, I'm probably gonna yield to Street Fighter here, but
That's fair.
Fair enough.
All right.
The deed is done.
The deed is done.
Yep.
Next up, Tekken 5 versus Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Punch Out.
Knock him out right out.
All
Get out of
the
here,
way.
Tekken.
Now, look, Tekken's of course amazing, but
Yes.
I have such fond memories of playing Punch Out and eventually beating Tyson and calling everyone in the neighborhood to come check it out, kind of thing.
So Tekken was the first game that I can remember of the gaming genre that tried the 30-day stuff. Yeah, that tried.
Yeah. And it also it seemed to have I don't know this to be true, but it seemed to mimic what seemed to be actual fighting styles in the real world.
Yeah, correct. I always found it so freaking clunky at the arcade though.
Yeah.
I had to turn to get the punch to go in the right direction, and then they were pivoting. I'm like, oh cool, I punched air again. Punched air again. That
seems right. I felt like I did I felt like I just sacrificed some quarters to get the learning curve, and the learning curve was steep.
That's where I got to, and then when I got okay at the game, I realized, oh my god, I am not good. And yeah. Yeah.
All right, next up, Mortal Kombat 1 versus King of Fighters.
I like both these games. I'm gonna deliberate for a moment. You boys make your cases.
Mortal Kombat just defined it.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 did just that was the thing. If some people weren't into fighting games until Mortal Kombat, they were passed on Street Fighter, but became Mortal Kombat.
And Mortal Kombat's oh, cool.
So what I'll say is, as a pure fighting game, I think King of Fighters is a better pure fighting game.
Yes, I will agree.
But Mortal Kombat is a more enjoyable game.
Bicycle kicks.
And I'm voting for Mortal Kombat because
Raiden was easy to use. I enjoyed that.
Wait, was Mortal Kombat 1 the whoopsie, or was that next? Is that Mortal Kombat 2?
That's
whoopsie.
2. Yeah, or Toasty.
Toasty. Yeah.
I think that's 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. It's getting my vote.
3-0. Sorry, King of Fighters, you were a great game.
It was a great game.
And the last in round 1 is Tekken 8 versus Dragon Ball Fighter Z. This is not even a contest for me. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is absolutely incredible.
One of the best fighting games of all time.
Yeah,
and
it really is.
It's a fighting game that's not on the big brands, which I love. So Dragon Ball Fighter Z to me.
I'm gonna go with that. I've not played that game, but I'll take y'all's word for it.
All right, it's gonna get 3-0 just by default.
I think Dragon Ball Fighter Z is the best new fighting game to come out in 2 decades.
100%.
All the best ones.
So good.
All the best ones that have come out have all been attached to a Street Fighter, a Mortal Kombat, a Tekken,
okay, yeah,
a franchise. They've all been a franchise. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is the best new franchise fighting game to come out in so long.
To be fair, Dragon Ball has had fighters for a while, but the style is different.
This one's completely different. Yeah.
They did.
I remember playing the old ones. And they were.
I played the Wii one where you actually got to do all the moves and stuff with the Wii modes. That was a lot of fun. I still have that one. I like that game.
If I can Kamehameha,
yeah, you can. You can do Kamehameha.
You can do it right now if you want.
Yeah, do it right now. Let's go.
Screen,
I can put it in after.
Have you seen the meme of the two boxers, the two MMA fighters getting in the ring, and the one of them starts Kamehameha, and the guy throws in the towel immediately? It was like, I don't know for sure that he can't do it, so I'm out.
I don't know for sure he can't do it, so
I ain't gonna stick around.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, on to round 2, and we're starting off with the banger: Street Fighter 2 versus Super Smash Bros.
Street Fighter 2 versus Super Smash Bros.
This is tough. This could be finals.
Yeah.
Who put this? Who did this?
It's just how it got seated.
Who did this?
Who did this?
We had the same thing happen in the previous, right? Where we had, what was it, up against Portal 2 in the second round?
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah, correct. Tony Hawk versus Portal 2. And we were like, well, this is the final. But no, I do not believe this is the final, because I think there was one better game of the Street Fighter genre in this.
Does the fact that one existed in the arcade, does that help? Does that give any weight? Does that matter?
To me, it does. Yeah, to me, it does. I'm still voting Super Smash Bros. But to me, the fact that I have core memories of walking into an arcade and playing some random dude in Street Fighter and having a great time.
Yeah, putting your quarter on top of the machine.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got next. Bam.
Got next.
Yeah, but I'm still going Smash Bros. I straight up think it's a better game. One's 2-player, one is, 4-player, 8-player. One has.
I like the accessibility and all the characters of it. The roster of characters on Nintendo. So I am begrudgingly going for Smash Brothers as well.
Yeah,
it feels bad, but it's a 3-0.
It feels.
I wish we had another
bad.
Street Fighter on this. We do, but it
we
didn't
kind
make
of
it.
We kind of do. We kind of
kind of.
Yeah, and that's the one I'm going to be putting some weight behind.
This one hurts.
It does hurt.
It does hurt.
It does hurt.
It hurts. Okay. Next up.
I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat X versus Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yep.
Yep.
Another 3-0. Okay. Virtua Fighter 5 versus Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
It's got to be Punch Out. I mean, come on. Like, everyone
has to be.
knows. So even if you didn't play that game,
correct.
You
know the
probably
memes.
know some characters from that game.
Yep, you have to. There's so many memes that came out of that game. So many memes.
Came out the year I was born. Perfect.
All right, last of the round 2. Mortal Kombat 1 versus Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah, I got to go Mortal Kombat.
Damn it.
It's Dragon Ball Fighter Z for me.
Oh my God.
It's up to you, Adam.
Why didn't I just pick something quicker?
It's up to you. You decide the fate.
Oh my God.
Like it did. Like how many times you just try your best to do a fatality and it didn't work out?
How good is Dragon Ball Fighter Z though?
Is that going for or against Mortal Kombat though?
Yeah. In your own interpretation. I don't know.
That's up to you, man.
I strongly believe that the only way I can pick this between these two is because I was a child when I was playing one of them. So I'm picking Mortal Kombat because I'm just thinking back to going on like word of mouth, copying from someone's cheat sheet, the fatality combo, writing it down, praying I wrote all 17 sequences.
Oh, my nostalgia. Oh.
Well, I have to, man. Like
if we're looking at video games as the category,
correct.
Like this video game got a movie. It didn't have a TV show or a movie and then get a video game.
It's true. It was such a good game they had to make a movie. 2 movies. Sorry, they're going on to 4 movies.
Yes, there's a lot of movies out there.
The second movie is one of the films of all time. You should all go and enjoy it. It is hilarious.
It's so bad.
Dustin is so disappointed in me, and I am sorry, Dustin.
You should
be. But I'm thinking of one time in particular when I literally got my scrapbook at school and copied out the fatality combo for Scorpion, and on like the 4th try, I hit it, and the joy.
All right.
Doesn't it look like block up or something?
That's what got it for me. No, it was like, oh wait, am I thinking of fatality? I might be thinking, never mind. Yeah.
No, but your fatality is the thing in Scorpion. I mean, they all had them, but one of them pulled their face off.
Yeah, that's Scorpion. That's literally block up. That's all that was.
Was that it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he had 2.
I may be thinking about number 2, where it had the crazy.
Oh no, you can't even. Oh my God, you're thinking about the wrong game.
It's too late. It's too late. Doesn't matter.
Locked in.
Oh, I hate you. All right.
I am sorry, Dustin.
Semifinals: Super Smash Bros. Versus Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Okay, so this is tough.
I know my vote.
Those characters in Marvel vs. Capcom seemed like that was the coolest thing. Because you got there was more characters than I would have expected, and it was like a ton of X-Men, which was.
I'm going Marvel vs. Capcom.
It's
my favorite fighting. It's my favorite fighting game of all time, bar none, hands down. Like
I'm going Super Smash Bros, but I wouldn't be sad if Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I'm not going to be sad either way. I'm voting for my favorite the one I spent most hours, most dollars at the arcade.
Yeah.
I both
Playing it
played
in
it at
multiple
home
arcades. Yeah.
and at the arcades, and with my brothers, against my brothers, with strangers. Freaking loved it.
Oh,
Well,
Super
what
Smash
would you
Bros.
play
Was
right
a
now?
minor in college for me. Like it was, I played it so much.
Sorry, Paul?
Yeah, which one would you play right now?
I would play either of them, but probably Smash
Yeah.
Bros.
It depends who I'm with for Smash Bros.
Yeah.
I've played some bad Smash Bros. Crowds. I've also, in saying that though, I've also put $2 in the Marvel vs. Capcom machine, got punched in the air by Magneto, and then just essentially could have just walked away from the thing because I was never going to land with health in my bar because I was just playing somebody that good.
I got to go Marvel vs. Capcom because you can play Wolverine. I mean, like every now and then you just gotta, before you're about to do something cool, you just gotta set the garage and get in there.
Yeah, correct. I've never once quoted Smash Bros. I quote Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah.
You've not once said Falcon Punch in your life. Please.
Not as much as I know.
Please.
No, actually, no, I have not.
No,
and guess what? Falcon was my main. Falcon was my main on Smash Bros. And I still don't say Falcon.
You've never said Falcon Punch to someone ever. No. I don't believe you.
Iron Man calling his cannon out of the sky.
Yeah, dude, I say Berserker Barrage to my partner every day.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the next one.
I'm glad I already asked people to subscribe because they already clicked it. Can't unclick it.
It's done. It's done. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out versus Mortal Kombat 1.
And Mike Tyson's had its run. Mortal Kombat 1.
It is going to have to be. So a fighting game where most of these, I think part of our overall criteria is a versus element to it. I think we're all thinking versus.
Yeah.
For the most part.
To be a true fighting game, it needs to have that element to me.
Yeah. I can see that.
Whereas like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the only time I made it to Mike Tyson you don't beat him. He kicks your ass so often. This is actually a legitimately hard game.
Yeah. Until you figure it out.
Yeah, there is like you just kind of get around it. But as a kid.
All right.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
We are at the championships of the fight genre, which is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 against Mortal Kombat 1.
I mean,
I'm going
Marvel vs. Capcom.
It's Marvel vs. Capcom, right? Hey.
I mean, I get it. You don't get that game without Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. You don't get that game.
Well,
but we've had enough years in between that and there. It doesn't, sorry. It's just a better game.
To me, Marvel vs. Capcom is Street Fighter 3 in my head. That's because that's where I went. I played Street Fighter 1,
the
Street Fighter 2.
combos and the button configurations are the same. Yeah.
I played Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2, and then I played freaking Marvel vs. Capcom for like 7 years. And that's my timeline of fighting games in my head. And of course, I had other games in there, but to me, that was like it felt like such the same genre and such the same game that it's a linear thing to me. And I think of it as a Street Fighter-esque game, much more than because you had kind of your genres, your archetypes of fighting games.
The spin and the heavy attacks and the back and forth.
And down forward punch. Whereas Mortal Kombat was its own thing, like it had its own different engine. Tekken and those kind of games kind of had their own engine and feel, like thing of Champion of Fighters as well and stuff like that. And Street Fighter and like Marvel vs. Capcom and all those genre games all felt like they were in the same engine to me. And I could be wrong. That might be my teenage interpretation.
No, I think you're exactly right.
And also, they were next to each other in the arcade, baby. That's all it would take for the association.
Yeah, that does. Difference. It really does.
It does.
I wasn't sure which one was going to win this. I was hoping it would be like DBZ or Super Smash Bros. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is my other one. So I knew it was going to be one of those three. Just didn't know which one.
I'm surprised. I mean, I honestly think it could have been Street Fighter 2 or DBZ up against Marvel vs. Capcom at the end, or Smash Bros. To be honest, there was literally four out of these that I think could have gone all the way.
Yeah, but we got there. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the winner, and the next one into the final bracket.
What's going to be next week's?
I don't know. We could do the RPGs next week. Combine them all, just to get all the because we want to get these all done and have the championships like on either probably not Christmas Day, so like the New Year's episode that we do.
That sounds good.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, look, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for listening after the fact. Do not forget to hit those buttons, please. I hope you're out there in the U.S. and celebrating, or anywhere, I guess anywhere in the world, celebrating some time with friends and family. Really appreciate that, and also appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us during this time as well, because y'all are our friends and family. And that's our show this week. We'll be back next week. We'll be running down the bigger events all around the world for Warhammer 40K and crowning the best video game of all time as we get towards our end of year show recaps. I don't know. See, let's okay. We might be able to track this, but we getting close to like maybe this week. We should just see if we can how quickly or how accurately we can predict the number of a certain faction that appeared throughout the course of the entire year.
You know what? I save every single episode.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back and I'm going to tally like what was the most winningest, what was the most. Yeah, I'll do some stuff like that. Patrons,
don't look yet. We need to. We'll pick it next week, and we'll see.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how close we get, like when we go back and look.
And Patreons, of course, you can sign up and ask questions of that show as well. So anything else you want to know after I go back and analyze the last, 40 plus episodes we've done this year, probably somewhere around there. And we'll suss out some interesting things.
Like how many Adeptus Astartes lists have there been, in every tournament we've covered?
Yeah. How many times, like what has been the most third places in the faction?
Oh my goodness. I don't want to put you through that. That sounds like a lot of work.
This is you doing it to yourself at this point, man. We take no responsibility for any time lost for you.
At least I'll waste my own time rather than you guys throwing stuff at me live. Yay.
Look. All right. Well, anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.